I'm Elliot Kleinberg, and this is Something Went Horribly Wrong, a blog about better writing. Segment 95, even more hiding in plain sight. Now, in previous segments, we chased down the origins of cliches, idioms, and dumb words people use every day. We've got more. Number 1, loon. Well, we always believed this description of a mentally ill person, crazy no longer is politically correct, had nothing to do with the beautiful water birds whose haunting woo echoes across the North Woods. We figured it was a corruption of lunatic, itself likely inspired by the superstition that the moon's movements could cause mental illness. But language is a messy science with misty origins. We're seeing perhaps loon came from both. Lunatic for the moon, and the bird for its wild cry. You'll recall from a segment in 2023 that the loon is Canada's national bird and graces $1 and $2 coins nicknamed loonies and toonies. If you've never heard a loon in the dark, you really are missing out. Number 2, ad hoc, from the Latin for this. It usually refers to a government program, panel, or investigation designed to deal with a short-term problem or issue. Number 3, penny wise and pound foolish. Well, this phrase for being frugal on little things but foolishly overspending on big ones refers not to weight, but to British currency. Number 4, fighting tooth and nail. Well, this overused sports cliche is suggested by a cornered animal who desperately will fight an attacker with teeth and claws. A broken record. Well, we talked back in January 2023 about phonograph records and record albums. A record is a disc in which music signals have been embedded. As it spins, a needle picks up the data. Grooves spiral toward the middle. Records are very fragile. Scratching them could cause a break in a groove. Then the needle either jumps to another spot on the disc, or in most cases, back into the same groove, again and again, until you stop it. Thus the expression, broken record, for someone saying the same thing over and over. Number 6, red herring. The phrase for a false clue dates all the way back to the 1400s and the practice of, when wanting to prolong a fox hunt, dragging dead fish across a trail to confuse hounds. Smoked and salted herrings turned bright red and really stunk, so they were the preferred option. Number 7, that's the $64,000 question. Well, one of America's earliest TV game shows premiered on June 5th, 1955, and soon became a phenomenon. Over several weeks, a contestant needed 10 consecutive, no multiple choice, correct answers, first winning $1,000 and doubling each time to get to the final round. The player then either took the $32,000 or risked everything to win $64,000. That's a staggering $744,000 plus in $24. Well, that made the $64,000 question a big deal. Number 8, ringer. A college football team gets in big trouble when one of its players is revealed to be Patrick Mahomes in disguise. Whoops! The term ringer for a contestant who secretly is far more talented than allowed is said to date to the old British term ring in for exchange. Fast horses were snuck into a race to replace slower ones. Number 9, stock in trade. Lying was the politician's stock in trade. This phrase, for the usual part of a person or company's behavior or work, sometimes hyphenated and often butchered as stock and trade, goes back to 1600s England, where it referred to someone's inventory. Number 10, nook and cranny. Searching every nook and cranny means you looked everywhere, even in hard-to-reach places. It dates back to the 14th century British word nook, an out-of-the-way corner, and the 15th century cranny, a crack or crevice. Number 11, hand over fist. I always had believed that this referred to selling stuff so fast, all you were doing is reaching for money with one hand and pulling it in with your other hand in a fist, which is why you have to do research. Turns out it's an old nautical term for the way you successfully pull yourself up a rope, and later morphed into a term for making money. Number 12, out and about. Well, we never did find out how this phrase came about. It's a cute colloquial, even though we don't know how you would be just about. Readers, let us know. Next time, a company makes a really dumb public statement. Wow, that never happens. I'm Elliot Kleinberg. Visit www.ekfla.com. That's ekfla.com.